Ragin Nation, how's it going? This is Alex Yu, and you're watching a Ragin Ronin review. I'm going to give you a top 10 list in this video. It's 2017 now, so I'm going to give you my top 10 films of 2016. 2016 was a pretty big year for movies. As a matter of fact, there were a lot of big blockbusters. To be specific, this was the biggest year for comic book movies. Never have there been this many comic book movies in a single year. Unfortunately, a lot of those highly anticipated comic book movies did not end up being that good. As a matter of fact, a lot of films in general ended up being pretty bad, or rather, very disappointing. I'm going to talk about that in another video. This list is about my top 10 films of 2016. So let's get right to it. Number 10, Deepwater Horizon, directed by Peter Berg, based off of the real-life disaster, starring Mark Wahlberg, Kurt Russell. Oh man, this was a great film. It felt very authentic. It felt like I was in the movie, and it was just a stressful film to watch because it was just explosions and explosions and a lot of danger everywhere. And it just felt like once the movie was done, I was like, whew, man, I'm glad that's over. So that's number 10. Number 9, The Nice Guys, directed by Shane Black, a comedy that is also an original story, something we don't get a whole lot of these days. After all, Hollywood is all out of ideas, but Shane Black gave us a very original comedy action caper. And I really liked it. Ryan Gosling, Russell Crowe put on some really great and hilarious performances, and I just love the fact that it was an original piece, which was also a black comedy. So I really enjoyed that. Number 8, Don't Breathe, directed by Fede Alvarez. And like I said before many times, I don't watch horror movies, but this was scary as hell, but I loved the premise. I love the story of this film. I love that it was very, very simple, and I just love that even for a simple film, there was a lot of terror there, and I was just at the edge of my seat the entire time. Number 7, Hacksaw Ridge. Mel Gibson returns to the director's chair, and he gives us, like, wow, man, he gives us a military drama experience like no other that spotlights this hero. And it was just very, very well directed, very well acted, and it was a film that really left an impression on me because it was just a very, very brutal cinematic experience, kind of like Braveheart. Number 6, The Jungle Book. The Jungle Book is directed by, oh god, what is his name again? Jon Favreau, who directed Iron Man 1 and 2, and also one of my favorite films of all time, Chef. And now he's back with The Jungle Book, and now he's playing a lot with motion capture and a lot of CG environments, and he brought animals to life. This is a live-action adaptation of the Disney classic animated film, and I think he did an amazing job. It was a great film, and it really brought all those animal characters to life. So that was awesome. Number 5, 10 Cloverfield Lane, a film that really came out of nowhere. It's a J.J. Abrams production, but it's directed by Dan Trachtenberg, and I felt that originally it just was like some kind of like a kidnapping movie. It was like a kidnapping movie, but it was just so much more than that, and after I saw the bigger picture, I was like, oh my god, this is cool as hell. Number 4, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange, an origin story from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, something we haven't seen in a very, very long time, and I'm so glad that we got to get introduced to Doctor Strange now, because we're so used to seeing Captain America and Iron Man and Thor, and now we're seeing a brand new type of character, and while it's got a lot of like elements from the origin story of Iron Man, still, it feels like a fresh take on the superhero genre because it was just so unique visually. So I love that about it. Scott Derrickson was the perfect director for the job, and Benedict Cumberbatch just nailed the role. Number 3, Sully, directed by Clint Eastwood, based off of the heroic and I guess disaster tale that took place in, I forgot how long, but it's also known as The Miracle on the Hudson, and this was a really, really great film. Clint Eastwood proves once again that he's a master storyteller, and it was a great choice for him to tell the story in IMAX. This film was presented in 100% in IMAX, but it was shot like maybe 90 to 95% with IMAX cameras, and it just felt like you were a part of the story. You were in the story, and you just felt so absorbed with the characters and the story and everything that is going on, and I just love that film. Number 2, Rogue One, a Star Wars story. The very first Star Wars standalone film or Star Wars spin-off film that's not part of the Skywalker saga. A lot of people were really curious about how this film is going to do, if it's going to do any well, or well at all, and it's doing really, really well. As in, like, a lot of people love this movie, and a lot of people are watching this movie, meaning that it's going to get a really big box office take, which it is doing. So I'm really happy for this film. I'm glad it's doing well, and I can't wait to see more of these types of films. So this is a home run for director Gareth Edwards and also Disney and Lucasfilm. Number 1, Captain America Civil War, directed by the Russo brothers. Yes, Anthony and who's the other brother? Anthony. You know what? I need to look that up right now. Captain America Civil War. It's from the Russo brothers. That would be Anthony and Joe Russo. Anthony and Joe Russo. Anyways, I thought this film, Captain America Civil War, is the best superhero film ever. Best film in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and best superhero film ever. The reason why is because, well, it took a while to get to this point, and we've seen all different types of superheroes, and we've seen all types of supervillains, but never have there been a really solid villain in superhero films. And now you have them pitted against each other. These great characters are going up against each other, and now they've created, or rather manifested, the ultimate villain out of that. And I just felt like it was such a great story, and also we've seen all these characters evolve, so it's quite an evolution, and to see it come to this point really made for a really great spectacle of a film. So Captain America Civil War, in my opinion, was near perfect. Like, almost flawless to me. I don't know what I could have done to make this movie better. Maybe not have it be a sequel, or the fact that it is a sequel maybe makes me give it a lower score because it's not 100% original. But still, this is a really, really outstanding film. And once the movie was over, I was like, wow. Like, they really, really nailed it. I mean, they really did the right thing. Like, with all the direction, the performances, the way which characters they decided to add in, and a lot of stuff. Anyways, there you have it. I'm going to repeat my top 10 list for you again. Deepwater Horizon's number 10. Number 9 is The Nice Guys. Number 8, Don't Breathe. Number 7, Hacksaw Ridge. Number 6, The Jungle Book. Number 5, 10 Cloverfield Lane. Number 4, Doctor Strange. Number 3, Sully. Number 2, Rogue One, A Star Wars Story. Number 1, Captain America Civil War. Stay tuned for my next video. That's my top 10 worst films of 2016. You're not going to want to miss that. What is your top 10 or top 5? Let me know in the comment section below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, you want to see more, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like me on Facebook, the Ragin Nation. Also follow me on Twitter, Ragin Nation. My name is Alex. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace. Because the marketing really hypes you up. I saw the trailer for this movie, and I was thinking, like, they showed us quite a bit. And it makes us feel like the story